Hey folks, good afternoon, and we're going to take a look at using WordPress.com to set up multiple WordPress sites, which you will need for the next WordPress assignment. All right. So whoops. Let's get into our course. All right, so we had the WordPress research assignment, and we had creating your first WordPress site was due. Oops, I set the wrong due date on this one. WordPress 3 themes and WordPress 3 plugins. Those are our final two projects. So 13 people turned in WordPress research. 9 people turned in the WordPress site. Go ahead and put the link in here. Oops. Okay, and so the last video that I did for this shows you how to set up your first one. Right here. Get the link. Cool. Put that in there. So anyone who hasn't completed that or needs help, make sure you're emailing me for help. All right, and so the next part, the next assignment, which will be due not on December 16th, but will be due, let's go 2 weeks is enough, the 24th, and we will get rid of this video because this is old, and we'll put this one that I'm making right now. Okay, so this is what I'm going to want you to do. I'm going to show you how to do it, but I'm going to explain the assignment. So you're going to create 3 WordPress sites, and the point of this is for you to try out 3 different themes and see how they're different and set up a basic page on each site so you can see how the theme works. All right. And so those 3 sites you need to name. This will help me keep track of them. So you'll name the sites your last name, your last name theme 1, your last name theme 2, and your last name, theme 3. Okay, theme 1, theme 2, theme 3. All right, so for example, mine would be, ooh, it's doing the thing where I can't use the space bar. That's fun. There we go. Mine would be Munger. Oh, now it's doing it again. Munger theme 1 through, well, I don't want to confuse anyone. Okay, let's do my first one. My first one would be Munger theme 1. Okay, that'll help me organize, keep track of them, because it's hard to look at, 39 websites and keep track of who's who. All right, so on each site you need to have at least one page. On each page you need 1 to 4 images. You need 1 to 4 paragraphs of text. Now you don't have to write 4 paragraphs. Okay, it's not a writing class, it's not a typing class. You can, if you want to, when you're making the site, if you want to make it about something you care about, you can definitely include some information. That always makes it more interesting, for me anyway, when I'm working on a project. If I'm working on a pre-made project, it's kind of boring. I'm just doing exactly what it says. But here you have some freedom to make the site about whatever you want. Okay. If you want to, you can also use lorem ipsum. Okay, so if you go to lorem ipsum, okay, you can get some pre-generated text. So you just come down here and you set, okay, I want 4 paragraphs. And I can generate those. So for my first one, I can copy this. Second one, I can copy this. This is like placeholder text for web designers. I guess you could use it in print design too, because it's hard to test a website where you might have a lot of text, but you have no content yet to put in there. So you can put this placeholder text just to make it look nice, make the layout look nice, and to make sure it works. Okay, next is choose a new theme to activate. Okay, and we'll go over how to do that. In the last video I showed you how to do it, but we'll take a look again, because the tool we used before is using a version of WordPress that is highly customizable, open source, while the WordPress.com is proprietary and you have to pay for a lot of the features. Never in this class should you pay for anything. So you'll see when I create an account and set this up, you'll see how annoying they are about trying to trick you into paying for it. You do not have to spend any money, so be careful. Okay, so choose a new theme to activate for each site. So it has to be 3 different themes, 1 on each site. Okay, and I don't know why that's on there. Customize the theme. Create a navigation menu, and what else? Change the widgets, and I'll probably think of some more as we're looking at this. And then you will need to copy the link of your published site all 3 sites and submit that in the text box. All right. And that will be due in 14 days, 2 weeks. This really doesn't take that long. It just is it's practicing 3 times to do something. So if you want to, you might want to create one site one day, and then maybe the next day create another one, spread it out, so that way you have multiple days for it to sink in. Okay. Don't wait till the last minute, because I'll easily be able to tell when you use the first 3 themes and you haven't made any changes. So if you do that, you're probably going to get 5 of 60 points, because you can do that in about 30 seconds with WordPress. It's meant to be fast. All right. So what we're going to be using today, using WordPress.com. So I'm going to open an incognito window so it doesn't know who I am, and we can follow through the whole process of creating a site. Okay? Then I'll show you the button for adding another site, and you can follow the same steps that we do together to create the first one to create the other 2. All right. So WordPress.com, and we need to get started. So be prepared during this whole setup process to be bombarded with marketing on why you should pay for a site. So I'm going to use something called Gorilla Mail. I think that still exists, because I don't want to get spammed for this fake account I'm making. Nope. Okay, what about Temp Mail? Okay. And so this is a useful site for working on the web, or basically a lot of websites and apps are locked behind a login. If you're only going to use the site one time, or very rarely, you don't want to get spam email from that and then have your email passed out among other companies and then get spam email from them also. So you can use something like this, Temp Mail. All right, and it gives you an email address, and as soon as you leave this page, it'll disappear. Watch out for the ads on this kind of site. It's free, so the way they make money is putting these ads everywhere. And you'll notice the ads here are smart in that they look like they're features of the site. But all you need is this address, and this box down here is where your emails will come in. So lately I've been having trouble using this. Somehow they have a way to detect, I think, all the domains of temporary email tools. And the reason they do that is so people can't just write code to automatically create accounts and cause problems. So let's go Chocolate Josh. Okay, and the password will be that. Okay. Uh-oh, your password cannot be the same as your username. Well, I'm throwing this account away, so I didn't care, but I guess I can't do that, so I'll make something else. That's what I'll do. My fallback password. Okay. And so, now I can get the email here, and it says, "Welcome to WordPress. Click this button to confirm your email address." So you shouldn't use this tool to create your WordPress site, because if you lose access to your account, you need to have an email to get access back. And so again, like I said, this email will be cleared out and reused by this site. So this is not permanent. Just use your Lakeland email, because once you graduate and you're gone, they'll get rid of it anyway, so it doesn't matter. Anyway, I needed this so I get this confirmation email so I can confirm that I'm not a robot. I'm a robot with an email address. Alright, so now I am logged in. Okay, and then here, this setup step. Okay, type the domain you want. So this is where you would type your Munger theme 1. And it'll say, hey, you could get mungertheme1.com, mungertheme1.blog. You only have to pay $18 a year or $22 a year. I don't want that, so you got to find the 3 one. So I think these ones, don't use these. It's free, but you have to put in credit card information and it'll charge you after a year has passed, and it's very hard to remember to turn that off, so I don't want you to lose 18 bucks. So just select the one that's only free. Alright, now look at this. Well, here are our options, right? 4, 8, 25, 45. No. We have this really tiny button here that they try to hide, free. Now we have our site. Alright, so this is kind of your dashboard for your site. And what I would do first is down here at the bottom left, it says add new site. Go ahead and add your other 2. And so it's going to pop up this thing. Do skip, choose a design. This is where you can go ahead and pick one of your 3 themes. All right, don't just pick the first 3. Look at them. And we're mostly looking at the layout. So let's grab, oops, they almost got me. Careful, look at the name. They like to hide these premium ones in here. And so what it'll do, I'm assuming, is let you create the whole site. And then before you publish it, it'll say, hey, use the premium theme. If you want to use this, you have to pay, you know, whatever amount of money. I don't want you to get stuck in a position where, hey, I don't want to make that again. I'll just pay the money. Don't do that. Just pay attention here to the names. Here's one that's free because it doesn't say premium. Okay, and then it says pick a font pairing. You know, you can choose whatever you want here. It doesn't really matter because you can change it later. Continue. Now here is where we'll put, I've already created Munger theme 1, so I do Munger theme 2. Okay, and I use the free one. Continue. And then here it's like, hey, how can we target advertising to you? Say, nah. Okay, and so it says, okay, this is the best plan for you, $8 a month billed annually. So that, what would that be? 8 times 12, which is, what, $96 a year? That's, I don't want to pay any money. So we have to scroll down here to free, select. I like to hide the free options so that you think you have to pay. Alright, and then in here, it gives you the tutorial. Can you just hit escape? Yeah, just hit escape on the keyboard, get out of that. And then you're going to want to, it'll have all this default stuff. You're going to have to clear this out because you're going to be making a new page anyway. So we'll go ahead and launch it. And then let's see if I can just hit continue. Okay, and then, so you don't have to type it again. I think it'll use the one you typed before. But I'll test it for you here. So we select free. I feel like we just went through this, right? Okay, so here's the domain, Munger theme 2. I don't want to pay, and we'll launch the site. So you'll follow those same steps for your Theme 3 site. And so now you can, up here at the top, switch between your sites. So here's my Munger Theme 1, Munger Theme 2. This one isn't launched yet, so you need to launch it so that I can see it and grade it. So skip down to launch your site. Launch site. They bombard you with, hey, do you want to pay? I don't. So skip purchase. Do I want to pay money? No. Continue with free. You see how they keep badgering you? It's a sales marketing technique. High pressure through a website. Don't be pressured into spending money. There are people that will prey upon that. You gotta protect yourself. Okay, so that's launched. So now if I go to switch sites, I can see both of these are launched now. And here is the address, so I would submit these addresses. And so if I visit one, close this extra tab, I can go to Munger Theme 1.wordpress.com. And there's my site. All right. Or I can go to Munger Theme 2.wordpress. And there's my site for that. All right, so let's set one up together, and then you can go through and set up your 3 following what I've shown you here. And as you're doing it, realize, you can use this as a tool. You can use WordPress as a tool to set up a website for someone. And so if there's something that you want to know how to do and I don't go over it in the video, just shoot me an email and I can help you understand how to do that. Right. So we need to go to, we have Munger Theme 1 selected. Let's go through the options down here. So we have setup, so let's go ahead and show site setup. Name your site. Okay, it's trying to show me everything, but it's just getting in the way. Okay, so Munger Theme 1, so that way it'll show that up in the tab up here and on the site. Okay, Munger Theme 1. Okay, we have that. English. Public, make sure it's public. And I would recommend checking this discourage search engines from indexing this site, because if you do use your email and you don't disable a lot of the comment features, you might get spammed with bots posting comments. So if you do this, any ethical search engine will see that you don't want it to be indexed and skip over it. That doesn't guarantee that everyone will. Okay, don't worry about that. Okay, so with those things changed, we do save and return. Okay. Alright, so I just hit save and then it told me I didn't save. So I guess we'll see if that worked. So let's create the site menu, because remember, that is one of the parts of the assignment. Right here, create a navigation menu. So add a menu. Okay, so up here in the theme customizer, it says you are customizing menus. So let's go to the primary menu. Alright, it has these options. Home will bring you to the front page. We don't need a blog link, so we can remove that, and that'll take it off here. We will put a link. We need a link to the page that you create. Actually, you can just leave the about link and the contact link, and then we'll add another one. We will add, well, we'll have to come back and add it when we add the page. Okay, and then actually we can just do automatically add new top level pages, and as we create new pages, it'll add them to the menu. Okay, so that sets up the menu, so we'll save that. You can see, you know, in the previous video, we manually installed WordPress, and it gives you a lot more access to the tools. You can install plugins for free, you can install themes for free, but with that extra customization comes a lot more steps that you have to do. Here, it's kind of guiding us through the setup, and you can totally use that, that's fine. Because I'm sure there are plugins that do that anyway. Alright, so we did the menu, update your home page. Okay, what's this going to bring me to? Okay, this brings me to the page. Okay, and so let's just move that to so here they have a pre-built kind of page editor. This kind of reminds me more of Wix, or not Wix, Weebly. So I feel like that is the least popular of the site builder tools that we used, but WordPress is a lot more powerful with what it can do. It's more customizable. And I'm not just talking about the way it looks, I'm talking about the features that it has. It has probably the most support. So if we look up market share site builders, okay. Okay, so these are what we've been using so far are just site builders. Looks like I need to add Squarespace to the class because now that is the most used. Okay, I've used Squarespace in the past. I liked it, but I'm sure it's changed a lot in 6 years. Okay, and so most people in the class prefer, of all the site builders, they prefer Wix. So this kind of matches up. Adobe Muse is outdated. I haven't heard of a lot of these. And so see these ones that have a really small percent? Those are probably not nearly as good. But it isn't always true. Squarespace and Wix do a ton of advertising. So a lot of people haven't even heard of these other ones. Maybe I'll check out Go Central too. I constantly have to update this course because things change. So I always have to stay on top of the newest things. Okay. Which hopefully gives you guys confidence that what you learn in this class will be useful. Because I always update it. Alright. Anyway, so this is like a builder like in Weebly. So, you know what? I think I'll just have you guys edit the front page too. And add a page. So let's do edit the front page. Remove anything added by the theme. Remove the default front page content and add your own. So this I'll leave up to you. What do you put on a home page? Well, just look at some of your the sites you visit. I think in one of the previous assignments I had you guys create some websites. You were supposed to look at existing sites that you use and then use that as a template for how you were going to build your site. So do that for the front page. So for example, what is a site? Well, let's just use Lakeland because that's... So their home page has a million menus. They have a slideshow here. And then they have these like important buttons to click. This is called the part that's above the fold, which is a term from newspapers. So if you have seen a newspaper, they're kind of hard to find nowadays. It's folded, and you can only see the top part. That's the top part of the fold. So that is the most important real estate in the newspaper. It's the same for a website. The first part that you see when you visit a website is the most important part. So just focus on that. You don't have to, down, if you want to, you can, but down here there's more content and stuff. Just worry about the part that's above the fold. Okay. You can use another site as a template. Hopefully that makes sense. So, I'll show you. So I'll try to make this one look like this. Okay. I'm not going to worry about the navigation menu, so we can ignore that on here. So they have a slideshow, and they have these buttons down here. So I'll try putting that on there. Okay. So, and this isn't about creating 3 websites with content. This is about learning how to use WordPress themes and customizing them. So if you make one homepage, you can make the other one similar. That's okay. So here we have a header section with some text. So let's get rid of that. And then this is a cover image, but I want a slideshow. So let's see if we can even do that on the site. We have here, which one of these is insert? Okay, change the block. So it's like Weebly, each thing is a different block. So this is a block with some text and a cover photo. Down here, this is a 3-column block with some text and links. And I think this might be pulling from, no, it's not. Okay. Just some whole, stuff. Down here we have this thing. It's a block with some different parts in it, and you can add more at the bottom. So I'll just get rid of this one. So I just selected it and deleted it, and then here I'll just get rid of this too. Alright, so this is what you should do first once you select your theme and get the site set up. You don't want, I guess I might have to do these individually. There we go. Let's get rid of that. And okay. So now we'll go back up to this block. We will go to change style. You can't use premium content or it'll cost you money. So let's go. We can make it columns. Okay, we don't want that. we want, let's try this image one. Okay. So one problem with WordPress.com is they do like to put most of the advanced features, or, you know, I would consider some of these basic features, they hide them behind a paywall. Okay, so I'm trying to add an image block down here. And it looks like I can only just put a static image. Okay, and if we go back, oh, found it. Transform to slideshow. Found it. Okay. I don't know why that wasn't there before. I don't know. Oh well. So, ooh, I want to have mine fade. Okay. We do want it to autoplay. And we'll switch the image every 3 seconds. We'll do a full-size image. And then you can put in some CSS. We're not worried about that in this class. If you've taken the 099 class, then Intro to Web Technology, where we learn HTML and CSS, this may be interesting for you. If not, don't worry about it. Let's update this. Let's see what that looks like. And then we can preview what it looks like. So here's my site name, tagline, menu, and then here's my slideshow. It only has one image right now, so we'll have to fix that. Okay, but the slideshow here goes across the whole page. Let's see if we can figure that out. It might be... Oh, we got to close the preview. Let's see what it looks like on mobile, though. Okay. Alright, how can we change this? Let's see if we have, oh, maybe it's under Edit Slideshow. This should give us some options. Nope, this gives us some picture. We can upload some pictures. Each site that you create, anything you upload will use some of your space. I think the free account, you have 3 gigs. So if you're going to upload images, you might want to stick to lower resolution so it doesn't waste all your space. 3 gigs is a lot to fill up with pictures though, so anyway, let me add some more pictures here. Just from my random collection of pictures that just builds as the semester progresses. That one, and this one. Okay, and then so it's going to show this, 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 and this in that order, 1 through 5. Okay, so let's see. So every 3 seconds it'll go to the next image. Okay, what's this do? Change alignment. Ah, here we go. Full width. There we go. And so these images do not have the right aspect ratio to fill this, but kind of like the images on here, they have the right aspect ratio to fit in here. And I'm wondering how they did that, because if you zoom in, whoops, not like that, like this, it looks like it's adjusting the size of the image based on the zoom. Oh, no, yeah, is it? Let's see. Yeah, as I zoom out, I can see more of her head. So if I zoom out all this way. Oh yeah, and it zooms in on the picture to fill the space. Okay. So if I make it like this, I'm wondering how they did that. Okay. Anyway, totally messed all that up. All right. So let's continue on here. I mean, you have to work with what it allows you to do. Okay, slideshow. Is there any other options? Medium. Nope, that's not going to help. Let's see if I use a very wide picture. See what that does. Wide images. All right, so let's grab something here that's interesting. How about this city, super ultra wide? I'm assuming this is a huge file size, so let's download it then. Save image, and I'll call it cityscape. Save that in here. This is how I get all these random pictures. And we'll come back and we'll add that to the slideshow by going to Edit Slideshow. Oh, here we go. No, I think it just shows the images. Well, Edit. Edit image. If I rotate it. Then we'll go to this one and we'll rotate that. Stretch it? No. You cannot stretch it. You would have to do that in some image editing software, like Microsoft Paint. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be helping. Okay, well, let's add the wide picture and see what that looks like. Well, and this one's wide already, so let's see how that looks. And add one more. Okay. Let's see what that looks like. So yeah, it looks like if it was taller, it's the it's the aspect ratio here is what's causing the problem. Because I think if let's go ahead and preview this, and instead of previewing it with the preview button, let's actually save it. So update will so when you make changes in here, it's not going to automatically reflect on your site, because what if you leave something half finished? You have to hit update when you're done, so then those changes are visible to the outside world. Okay, so now I can type what was it, Munger theme 1.wordpress.com. All right. So, I wonder what the aspect ratio needs to be. If I shrink it down, it's missing. See how there's this white space here? That means the image isn't long enough. And then on this one, there's white space at the top and bottom. That means it's not tall enough. So there might be some documentation on this. So figuring this out and how to manipulate this, that is 90% of the job. Okay. Nothing's ever going to work the same from thing to thing. You start to pick up, some things that you'll notice as patterns, but not always. So I'm always in, they added these 3 dots and the hamburger buttons as like this 3 lines. That's a hamburger button. Those got added and they were used everywhere. Now I know when I want to change settings, I use that. I look for those. Before, it looks like there just wasn't any options. So even in Chrome, all the options are hidden in this little button here, where they used to have, different drop downs. Access all block and document tools. Let's try Spotlight mode. Focus on one block at a time. Nah, that doesn't matter. Okay. We have it as full width. So the image should fill all of this space if it has the right aspect ratio. Let's just see if we can find this information. WordPress slideshow aspect ratio. Okay. Okay, that person didn't answer the question. So what is aspect ratio? That is the ratio of the height to width. And so, for example, this image right here has a shorter height and a longer width. So, and the size is 546 pixels wide, 264 pixels tall. If you divide those numbers, you get the aspect ratio. And so that means if you want a image to fit the same spot, it doesn't have to be 546 by 264. It just has to have the same ratio. So if you divide the two numbers, it should come up to the same number. That's what I'm trying to do here. So this one is for a specific plugin, but we can't use that. Let's make sure there's not a better block for this. Let's see what else we have. And now it's giving me different options. Looks like this is our best bet. Okay, and so I wonder if there's an option. Let's see if there is some option to stretch the image in here. So, media library. setting. Let's edit the image. Right, that didn't have anything useful. What if I crop? Can I crop outwards? Oh, here we go. Change it to a 16:9. Let's see if that works. Okay. So that did not work. Let's try another ratio. So we edit this image. We'll set it to, let's use this one because this is a nice spread out image. Okay, let's crop. No, it's probably freeform. What original? Let's try that on the big one. Actually, this one's getting shrunk too, isn't it? None of these are filling correctly. Oh, and it changed my fade. There we go. Yeah, it looks like we just have too many limited options to do that. So we'll just stick with the slideshow as it is. So this is a limitation of WordPress.com. If you want it to look better, they want you to pay. Because if we use the other tool, we could just find a plugin that'll do this for us. Alright, so I failed on making that. Let me reload this. I messed it all up. Okay. And it's still fairly messed up. I think it's because of this bar here. Anyway, so it has the slideshow here. I have a slideshow now. The other thing I wanted to add was some little buttons here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 columns. See if it'll let us do that. So we want another block. And we want columns. And select a variation. Let's go with this one. 3 columns. And nope. Can we change any of these? Column settings, advanced. Alright, no way to change the number of columns. I think we might have to get creative in here. So let's do, if we want 4, we can do 2 columns with 2 columns inside of it as a workaround. So let's get rid of this block here. Okay. That's weird. Keep selecting the same one, it just keeps changing. That's not what we want. Delete. Okay, let's skip that. Okay, so we have 2 here, and then inside we're going to put 2 more. Oh, we wanted 5, didn't we? Okay. So let's start with 3 then. Alright, and then the first one will be 1. That's where they had some text. So we'll use paragraph. This one. Check out my fancy buttons. In here we'll do 2 columns. And in here we'll do 2 columns. Because we can't just type in the number of columns we want, that would be too useful. Okay, so here we can put, so these on the Lakeland site, These are just pictures, so I could even well, are these created with CSS? I'll just put these on there. Just steal these. Alright, and then I can put those on my site. As image. And we'll upload this one. And for this one, image, upload this one. And then image. Upload. Okay, repeating the same thing over and over again. I guess I could have used a gallery maybe, but I wonder if I can put it. Yeah, what if I can even put a hyperlink on these? Because on Lakeland's site, when you click one of these, it brings you to another page. And on mine, they're just pictures. They don't do anything. So, well, let's double check what it looks like if we switch to mobile. Alright, that's cool. Put my pictures in a single column automatically. So if someone loads this on a phone versus on their computer, it will auto-adjust. Okay, so let's check one of these images here. I'll select this one. What options do we have? Advanced. Leave empty if the image is decorative. Okay, so not a good sign so far. Oh, here it is. This is supposed to be a chain link, but it looks like a C dash backwards C. So that's kind of a aesthetic chain link, but kind of backfires because you know, took me a second to see it. Didn't know what I was looking at. Okay, and so now we could just link to our. I'm just going to put one in here just so you can see how to do this. membertheme1.wordpress.com. Okay, and then so now if we update this, preview, and visit site, if we click this, it's looks like it just adds that to the end of your page. So I guess the link is just going to be /. Let's try that. Go back here, close. What did it say here for the link? So if you don't put the protocol, it is going to just tag this on in the end. Oh, here we can select the home. That's what we want. Alright, so it's just going to put that in there. That's fine. Apply. Update. Preview. Okay, now if we click on it, it should bring us back to the same page. So you can see you can put whatever you want in there. Like you can put, you know, Lakeland's web page here. Just copy it right out of it, right out of here, and go back to editing, make sure you close the preview. We're going to add a link to this image, and we will make this one link to the Lakeline site. Apply, update, preview, and click this, opens Lakeline site. Okay, so that you can add links there. So now I'm kind of ready. Their top section had, you know, it's supposed to fill the whole area with a picture. I couldn't get that, so maybe I'll put some background color on that. And then down here, they have some background color, so let's see if we can fix that. So here, what options do we have? Okay, make sure you have the entire block selected. Colors. So background, and we have set. These are kind of the default theme colors as part of the theme. You can add your own though. So kind of give it a light gray background. Oh, wow. And then here's the number of columns. They hid it from me. Okay. What else? I guess I must have just overlooked that. Okay. So we gave that a gray background. Let's give this block a different color. And it's not going to let us give it a different color. I'm not seeing it in here as an option. Okay, so I guess we'll keep that as whatever it is. You just have to work with the limitations that you have on this tool. Doesn't have to be perfect. Alright, and then for whatever reason, this block does not extend to the outside of the page, and it looks like it's actually adding a bunch of space on the outside. Not sure where that's coming from. Settings, modes. I'll select. Okay. Nope. And can we adjust this somehow? Ah, here we go. Width 100%, but I guess it just wants to put everything in the middle of the page on this theme. Might be an issue with the theme. Oh, here we go. Change layout. What? Changing the layout will remove any customizations or edits. Oh well. We're running out of time, so do something like this to edit the home page. That'll be your first step. And then we need to add a page. So let's go back here, and we can go to the site. I just saw this a second ago. Under site, there's pages, and we need to add a new one. I took this out the menu, so we can just get rid of it. Trash. And we want to add a new one. Add a new page. And we'll just call this content page. So you'll need to create at least one page here. And they have some default layouts you can use. I'd prefer it if you built it from scratch. So use blank layout. Alright. So, you know, if you were going to make something specific, you could change the title to something else. You don't have to call it content page. Alright, and then we start adding blocks. So maybe I'll have an image here. We'll round it and we'll use the pineapple. Okay, and we'll do align center. Oh, there we go. That's what I was looking for. All right. So we got that. Okay. Add another block. Maybe I'll add 3 columns. Okay. And you know, I wanted you to add 4 paragraphs of text. Did I lose my lorem ipsum? No, it's right here. So I grab some of this text and throw that in the first column. Okay. Paragraph, first column. Paste that in. And maybe we'll make that a little smaller so it's easier to read. Okay. And here I can add another one. And I can pull text out of here. Or maybe I'll go to the Wikipedia page for pineapples and grab some information here. You can keep the references in or get rid of them, it's up to you. Okay, got rid of the hyperlink on that so I can put a space there. Okay, and I could just leave these links in here too, or you can change them. And then for the last one, we'll just grab some other text down here. Let's not talk about Columbus. Here's some random information. We can throw that in here. Alright, and maybe I want this section to have some background color. Okay, and so we can set it to full width. And we can change the color of the background. Let's go with, something lighter, but orange. Very light orange. There we go. Okay. And then from there you can add other stuff. So I guess I would like you to add, right, I said 4 images. Let's change that. I want you to try some different things. So let's say on the page add 1 to 2 images and 1 to 4 paragraphs of text. Let's make these separate bullet points. And a gallery. And at least 1 use of columns. Block with multiple columns. ones we got in here? We got lists. We got quotes. Oh, we got a table. We got different types of galleries. You could use a collage or a gallery, that's fine. Or you can use any one of these kind of galleries. Okay. Okay. For the image, you can also, for one of the images, you can also use this hero block. You can add as much stuff as you want in here. Oh, here we go. Content before this block will be shown in the excerpt on your archives page. I don't know how to interpret that, but let's see if we can add. Oh, we can move these around. Can we put a block below that one column? Doesn't look like it. I would like to make this column. Oh, we can do it above. Okay. Let's get in here. My touchpad will cooperate. And we'll add a block above this. And we'll put the read more. Because this section's longer and it's kind of making this stick out. And we'd like, you know, you'd like them to be the same. So let's put let's see if we can use this correctly. Ooh, a timeline, that would be cool. Star ratings, there's a lot of cool ones in here. I'll have you just use a different widget on each page. Use a different widget on each page. I'll say widget block. No, yeah, on each site's content page. You can do it on the home page if you want, but include it in here for sure. Okay, anyway, we're trying to add a block here. Where was that? More. Here it is, more. Alright, put it down there. That's not where I wanted it. Let's see if I move it up. What would that look like? That doesn't look like it's doing anything. Let's see if we put it below there. Down. Preview that. Yeah, it doesn't seem like it's doing anything. Probably has to be before text. Come on, blocks into a group. Let's try that. Actually, why is it not letting me change these columns? That's what I want to know. Can I remove? Oh, insert after. There it is. And now let's put the read more. See how that works. Oh, you can't put that there. Well, darn. Alright, well, we gave it our best shot here. I know in normal WordPress you would be able to find, or in the open source WordPress you'd be able to find a plugin that could do this for you. Interesting. Let me just read what that says again. Whoops. Okay. And we don't want that there either. So we want to do an insert after. Okay. And then down here we want to add. Oh, it doesn't even want to tell us what it is. Okay, well. Looks like we don't have. Oh, I think I just misinterpreted that. That's probably what happened. We got some forms. Maybe I'll have you guys add a form too. Are those free? No, they're not. Okay, you don't have to add. Well, let's see if there are any free forms. Oh, you can add a poll. Powered by crowd signal. Let's throw that in there. Doesn't like that either. Okay. Okay. We just add a form. Okay, so I'll have you guys add a form. So remember, you know, all of this stuff you can add in a single column on the page, but you can also put it in columns. Okay. Use or add a form. All right. Let's see. Some of this is not necessary in the tool we're using, so we could set up a appointment form. So you can see how easy that is. All right, so we got all this stuff in here. We could add a gallery. Let's get rid of this because that's not doing anything. And let's add a gallery. And then we can just throw some images in there. And so it'll organize it. I think you can change the order. Why does it say book appointment now? That's weird. Oh. That is the button for booking an appointment. Okay. Alright, and so we want to select this. We can change the order of the images, looks like. And again, there's different galleries you can use, so we got gallery here. We can see there's also like this collage, a tiled gallery. Let's try the collage. Okay. We can put some images in there. If you click Media Library, you can reuse the same ones you uploaded, or you can add new ones. It's up to you. Okay, so for this one, it looks like you just put the images in one at a time in this kind of pre-built shape. Okay. And you can adjust how they look. All right, that looks terrible.
Are you teaching still or just fiddling?
All right. So let's not do this here. Let's do this one up here. That, create one additional page, add 1 to 2 images, 1 to 4 paragraphs of text, gallery, use at least one example block with multiple columns, use one of the widgets, and add a form. You can choose which one you want, and then you need to use a different theme for each site. Put that up higher because that's going to be like the first thing you choose. Choose a different theme for each site. And so you remember when you created the site, you were setting it up in the setup, you can choose the theme. Remember, don't pick any that are premium. I don't want you to have to spend any money for this class. All right, and the last thing I wanted to see here, we were just editing a page, so let's go and publish this so that it's outwardly facing. Okay, and then it should have added to the menu. Okay, I guess we can exit that. Should be able to get back. Oh, view pages. Now we're back to the outside, and then let's do under design. You can change the theme here, or you can customize the theme. And so, don't worry about that one. Homepage settings. I think for this there may not be really anything you can change. What widget can we add in the footer? So this is something that will appear on every page because it's part of the footer. I'll just throw a search bar in there. Alright, so we save, and you can see now that since we set the menu to auto update, that page now appears here. Okay, so let's check our site now. So here's the home page. The search bar is part of the footer, and the header is just this. Let's go to the content page. So the menu and the header are still there. All the blocks that I added are in here. The form, the gallery, and I'm not sure where that came from. And then the search bar. So let's search for pineapple. And so we can see some results of where it found that on the page. Okay, so I guess I'll have you add a widget. So add a widget, and there was one more thing I wanted to do. Here where you can select a site icon, you can just pick a small image and it should use this as the picture in the tab. Okay, so you can do that. I won't require that, but that's interesting. Seeing if you could, oh, here we go. You can set a site logo. So maybe I'll have you do that. Yeah. Set a site icon, set a site logo. So those are just pictures. Should be easy. All right. I think that's everything. So if you get stuck while doing this, send me an email, and it's due November 24th. Have fun with it, mess around. We will make this picture our logo. Let's see what that looks like. Okay. And once we're done customizing the theme, we need to go to Save Changes. Okay, and we can exit this. Everything is saved and published. So here's our logo. It doesn't look that great the way this is set up. Oh, these are search results. Never mind. Okay, so we go back to the home page. Logo's way too big. And the content page. All right. Looking pretty professional, right? Well, this is just to mess around with themes. You don't have to create the best website in the world. All right. Well, try it out and let me know if you need any help. All right. Have a good day, and I'll see you next week.